Think what we're doing. Hello, everybody. We're just trying to get Andy in. Andy, can you hear us? The show has started.
I was going to start with my big foot like that and pull away, but I realised I might not speak
That's
as
your
often and
hand.
all that stuff, so I give up with it.
That's your hand. Hold on, let's see how he's doing.
Yeah, no, but I don't do my foot because I would have knocked things over. That's why the mic just went before when I was pissing around.
Absolutely, definitely. You definitely knocked something over, actually. There's no two ways
I was
about
practicing to be Bigfoot. I reckon I look a bit Bigfooty. Hmm? I know I need a bit more hair, but you get the picture.
How much Bigfoot stuff have you been watching?
Lord, absolutely, Lord.
No.
I've enjoyed it though. I've enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
do like the mystery of it, especially the Patterson thing. The famous Patterson thing is really got me puzzled. Barry's here. All right, Barry.
Hey up, Barry. How you doing, pal? How you
You
doing,
parked
buddy?
up for me, Barry?
Anybody wants to come in? Come in. If you want to talk about it, come in. We're trying to get Andy on at the moment. He seems to be struggling a little bit for some reason. Just click on that link, Andy. That's all you got to do, pal. I'm going to put it up again. Evening, Mark.
Evening, Mark.
I'm going to put that link up now, Andy. It's coming right up now. You'll see it pop up. Just click that link and you should be in, pal. That's all you have to do. And so now then, Baz, did you really believe in Bigfoot? Because we put the poll up. Actually, I forgot to see. What was the results of the poll?
Oh, I don't know, but it's fairly even. I think more in favour of believing.
Routine indeed. Let's have a little look. I'll just go on to find out how Paul's doing and see what the
Thank you,
final
Doctor.
verdict of Paul's doing. Where are we? Oh, wait on, it's going to shout at me. It always shouts at me when I look at this. That one.
So far in the chat, I've scored for 1 for believing, 2 for not believing, 3 for. Well, not sure.
Out of 22 votes today on the poll, 59% say Bigfoot totally exists, and 41 say he doesn't. So that's interesting in itself.
It is, but you didn't give the option of in between.
Ah, up, Baz is here. Speaking of Bigfoot.
Hello, slaggers. How are we doing? You all right?
Pal.
How you doing, Baz?
All right, all right.
I didn't know you smoked.
This out window.
I didn't know you were a smoker, Baz.
Oh, yeah, especially when I'm on fire. Not too much, though. It makes me hair go curly, Steve, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How we doing? You all right?
Yes,
Give you the backdrop view, though.
I know, it's a lovely view, is that? That is a lovely view. We really do like that view. So, Baz, were you kidding this afternoon when you wrote that you do believe in Bigfoot or not?
Of course I bloody was. Aye.
Oh, I thought you were.
How can you have like a great big 17-foot fucking gargantuan Sasquatch mooching about?
Calm down. So you're exaggerating there. It's 7 foot, not 17 foot. So you're going the other way now, Barry. This is the trouble with you non-believers.
See, it goes to Chinese whispers, doesn't it? I mean, I once went with a lass who was a great big tall bugger, and I honestly, this is no word of a lie. We're in Catterick Garrison, me and my mate who I were in Thermy with, and we'd had a bet, all lads who could pull the ugliest bird, and we nicknamed these two Tiny in the face. His was called Tiny because she was about 23 stone, and mine was the face because she'd had a stroke, and all one side of her face was a bit funny. It's a lovely laugh. And I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning after rolling on her, you know, like a ferry rolling on, rolling off. And I shit myself. I thought she'd had a cardiac arrest and I was going to start CPR on her. And then it started coming back to me that, you know, the face for a reason. Her name was Julie. She was lovely last, but aye.
Yeah, Barry, I know you're not used to this YouTube thing, but have you got a device that is turning off?
Yes, it'll be my 90 to 1 second. Sorry about that.
You'll get the hang of it. It's called YouTube. What you do?
Is that better?
90 to you posh bastard.
I think 90 to them. Was it buzzing? Were it buzzing?
No, he just talked about the. No, it's not echoing. It's you. It's Barry.
All right, sorry. I can hear Barry echoing.
No, not to me.
No, you're right. I'm hearing everything echoing.
Have you got something switched on, Steve?
I really hope it's me. Carry on, not me. Hello, Jimmy. Don't you two start.
Yeah. So, well, we've been looking into it all, and my mate's supposed to be coming on, Andy. Andy, click that link. But he's coming on, and he's a massive, believer in old Bigfoot, and he looks right into it and all the science of it and all that lot. Because evening, Dave, evening, Squatchers. What's it called? Ace plus Bigfoot. Really? What next week? Tooth Fairy. So I don't think Ace is a believer there. But there's so many people are, and well, we were supposed to be doing a case for and a case against, but we can't get Andy on. Andy, press the link.
Do you think there could have been something years ago, though?
Well, why years ago?
Well, I mean, with all this modern technology and that now, it'd be difficult for Bigfoot to hide, would it not?
Well, this is
of course, yeah.
This is
maybe
all mine.
Maybe Bigfoot's gone further and further afield, type of thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. See, but when you go right back, I've been looking at loads of stuff on this, and Clint says Bigfoot exists, and he's fairly adamant about that. But they go on trails. I remember there was one thing where they were setting up. They set these cameras up, and this is a trail where Bigfoot goes and all this lot. And I mean, David Attenborough got. Remember when they got the snow leopard? There's only about 50 of them left or something like that, and they managed to film them all with top grade filming and all that kind of stuff. And now the thing is, right? So we've got some footage here. Now we've got the famous video. You know the famous video. And, the Patterson video, yeah.
1967, even before I was born.
Even before Steve was born, because this is the original here. Now, there's a better one than this one.
Yeah, the 4K one's a lot better. Why did you get that one?
Because what I'm saying is, when you see that one there like that, do you know when they mess with it, it's not going to make it actual what's coming. That's what the film's captured, yeah? So when they mess with it, digitize it, how is it making it, like...
Well, it's more clearer.
Yeah, but how did they do that?
What do you mean, how did they do it? The level in the...
Yes, but I mean...
technology, they've leveled it. It's the shaking out of it.
It's stabilized it. Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you look at this one now, so this is the updated one, the stabilized one, right?
Yeah. That doesn't. All right.
What are you shouting at? You eat it.
I'm joking.
Oh.
That looks worse, that one.
No, it's the start of it, Barry. That isn't.
Yeah. But when it's the thing is, all the quality. When you see the quality on it, it's like, well, is it? Watch, it'll stabilize now. Can you see that? Now you see that's the thing. The thing about that is well, I showed it my kids, and it's the old Joe Rogan thing. Now Joe Rogan said it in a joke a while back, and it is totally true. And the thing is when you look at that, showed it my kids. I said, "What do you think of that?" And they said, "That's a bloke in a suit."
It is.
And the thing is, whenever you've looked at any David Attenborough or any footage of gorillas or anything like that, have you ever gone, that's a bloke in a suit? Do you know what I mean? Have you ever looked at a lion?
Yeah, but some of the argument is that's not what we're seeing. We're not seeing a gorilla or a man in a suit or a man. It's somewhere in between,
but
isn't it?
It doesn't look like a natural thing, does it?
Well, that's what's weird about it, isn't it? It's so different. I'm giving the argument of if it is real.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
It's not gorilla.
Yeah.
It's not a gorilla we're looking at. We're looking at something in between us, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean,
so perhaps in that sense, then, do you think man has mated with gorilla or gorilla has mated with female.
No, it's not
You
like that.
can't.
It doesn't
You
mean.
can't.
It doesn't mean they've actually tried that. Russians have tried that in the 1930s with orangutans, and anyway, that's another thing. But no, it's not possible.
What,
But
humans?
humans and apes can't have.
What
Yeah,
doing
no.
it? No, not doing it. Obviously,
Let's not go back to one of my stories. Anyway,
Rascal Flat says it's Wells dressed up.
But what about artificial insemination then?
Yeah, that's the thing. But
no,
you
that's
can't.
what they did. That is what they've tried.
That's what they did. But you can't do cross species. It just won't take. It just won't take. Yeah, you just all the DNA is wrong. It won't take. You've got to be of that species.
See, this is the thing. We're not from apes, or we're not from gorillas. We're both from a common ancestor that's gone back, and as we've gone one way, they've gone the other. Neanderthals gone that way. Basically, the Bigfoot side is there's another species that went that way, completely different to all of us. No,
but you can't. But I mean, they have cross species though with zebras and donkeys and lions and tigers.
Tigers.
You have the liger, don't you? And the Z-donk, as we found out on Friday. So,
but that figure walked terrifically upright as if it was a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was stable and upright, didn't it? So.
But have you seen the bears walking? The big giant bears. They look like a man dressed in a suit, but they're not. They are bears.
Yeah. Well, that's what they originally were. They used to think that they were men, like dressed up or something like that, didn't they? They used to think that bears were men who kind of like. Did they used to call them? Something like that. I remember that from ages ago. They used to think that bears were men, like men who donned. I forgot.
Oh right, yeah, with the bears, yeah, they were.
Yeah. They used to think they were men, like dressed up or something like that. But it says Bigfoot with a mank walk. MGO says it originally in high definition. Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it? Because the camera he got, it was worth a fortune. It was a really high-tech camera for the time.
He nicked it, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't give it back, did he?
Because he was a dodgy bastard.
He was
he was dodgy, Patterson.
Yeah, he was.
But the other guy that was with him, to this day, he's out, and he's very believable. But I do think possibly he was tricked by Patterson if it's a fake. Because I really believe the guy that he believes what he saw.
Is he dead now?
Patterson died in about 73, I think, of cancer.
Yeah, cancer, didn't he? Yeah.
But the other guy, he's still alive to this day. I think he's at 80 or something. I am. But he's a really nice guy. And I find it very hard to believe that he's lying. But I think at some point he's kind of said there's a possibility that he has been tricked as well. You know what I mean? It's basically Patterson, because the guy that's come up and said it was me, you see him walking. Have you seen it? Have you got it? Was of the guy that's claiming to be the guy?
Yeah. I was going to save that, for later on, because they kept saying the thing was about the walk. Was they saying that nobody, humans don't walk like that? And they said they tried to copy the walk, and you can't do it. And all this thought, and then this guy called Bob Hieronymus said, because
Gimlin, that's right, Dave.
The thing was with Bob Hieronymus, he came out and he got he was the one who got paid 1,000, wasn't he? I'll pay you $1,000 if you do it, didn't he? Patterson said to him, didn't he? Then he was like, "That's a lot of money back then," and he said, "Right, yeah, I'll do
it." That's what makes me not want to believe him.
Why?
1,000. Can you imagine that's in 1967? Somebody offers somebody £1,000 to dress up as a prank.
Yeah, but he never paid him, did he?
Yeah, well, why would you believe that? £1,000 then? It just sounds like a made-up number.
Because the same reason why people were donating to him for it to get the when he bought, to buy the suit and all that, and he was trying to go around and getting donations off everybody.
Because they were out there looking for a Bigfoot as well, They weren't just randomly on horses. They were out there looking for Bigfoot.
No, well, that's the old thing, because I've been looking into this. And where is it here? I've got it down here. He went out to, because he went, that's right, here it is, here, where are we? I've got it all on about Patterson here. He became interested in Bigfoot after reading an article about the creature in this magazine in 1959, and then so he got really into it like that, and then he heard about all these. Do you remember they were all footprints and all that in Bluff Creek, wasn't there? That's where they were. There was all like there was accounts of Bigfoot type creatures, including recent track finds, etc., in the Bluff Creek area, which heightened his interest. And then he visited Bluff Creek and talked with a host of Bigfoot believers. That was in '62. And then, so he got into all that and realised that all this was going on, and he wanted to be a part of it because that's why he got the camera. And then I'm going to film it, which is a bit spooky. Whereas he gets his camera, he goes down and starts filming, and then just happens to catch Bigfoot. You know what I mean? And the big film that nobody's. I mean, what are the odds on that? And
so why did he not continue filming and follow it into the woods?
Well, I mean, the thing was as well that's really dodgy is you see all the original film and it's really steady. There's a lot of film before it shows man horses and all this lot, and it's really steady. And then when Bigfoot comes in, he reckons his horse started freaking out all over the show. But why would his horse freak out? He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't going roar like that. He was just walking like that, like horse. You know what I mean? Just walking about. So why would the horse be? And it's very convenient that the horse freaked out all over the show, wasn't it? On this,
but I mean, if it is a bluff, then it's a bloody good one, because if that was filmed in 1967, people are still talking about it to this day. There's three.
Right. Well, I'm going to go on this. I'm going to go on the side of it's true as well. So think of this: 1967, Planet of the Apes was 1968, the year after, and they still couldn't really do a good man in a suit then. And these are the top people in the world that they got to do it. So the year before, we're still looking at a man in a suit now and questioning it. You don't look at the Planet of the Apes and question it. You know it's not real.
Yeah, but also don't.
That's in favour of Bigfoot.
Yes, but I agree with that. But the thing is, when you look at Bigfoot, it's not like close up in super high resolution, is it? That you got off Planet of the Apes. It's at a distance, is it? Do you know when your big mate, your favourite one, what's the gorilla called off Planet of the Apes? You love him, don't you?
Orko.
Who?
Orko.
When he stood up on his horse going, Rrr! Now, from a good distance, I mean, obviously you know it's fake.
It is real. Don't spoil that one. Don't fucking spoil everything here.
So did anybody ever go out in the woods looking for Bigfoot shits and looking for signs? I mean, even if Bigfoot passed on, where's the bones? And they found dinosaur bones and shit.
Believe me, there's lots to look. There's still lots to look. Loads of things. And this is against the Bigfoot argument. There's loads of really bad evidence and loads of fakes. There's loads of really bad fakes. But then again, in favour of the Patterson one, there's nothing come close to being. You see the ones like nowadays. It's almost that good that it's like, oh fuck off, that's a fake. So it's so obvious.
The guy who did that.
Click on that, Andy.
Did that photograph of the Loch Ness monster, and he faked it for years. He admitted it was fake, but it got people talking, didn't it? When they think, was it his bloody armour swimming in the lake or something like that?
Was it not just that classic picture with the head?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he took a picture at the lake and said it looked Loch Ness monster and stuff, didn't he?
But the thing is, though, with getting back to that, do you know where he went? He was originally went to that Bluff Cove, didn't he? Because it was with the tracks. But then the bloke admitted he did fake tracks. So the guy, do you know when No, the guy originally. Do you know when there was all Bigfoot tracks?
All right, yeah.
The guy jumped, came up.
Here's what I found on.
Shut up, you stupid phone. Get on my tits is this phone. It keeps listening into the conversation and saying shit.
Google.
So they had, he had all this thing going on. Was it called Bluff? It wasn't called Bluff. Bluff Creek, weren't it?
Yeah, it's Bluff Creek.
Yeah, and so they had all this big thing going. Oh, we found these footprints and all this. So we got all Bigfoot going and all that. This is where all the Bigfoot fever started, pretty much. And then he got into that, but then the guy later on said, no, it was me. I was just fucking about. I've always been a bit of a prankster. So then he goes there, Patterson goes there before this guy's admitted it all, saying, I'm going to go here because this is where everybody's been seeing Bigfoot. And then suddenly finds the Bigfoot where the guy's been walking around doing the fake Bigfoot footprints.
What about the evidence of how so many different cultures and places have a similar story?
Yes.
Why do you think that is? It just think because
I think because that is the thing, but I think it's because it's a common because the Sasquatch comes from the Indians, doesn't it? Sasquatch is the Indians, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Indians gave it the name Sasquatch, and they had this. Every cult, we always have like because they always had gods and stuff like that, men of the forest, didn't they, and all this kind of stuff. And it could quite easily be bears, because in all these places where Bigfoot is, there are bears there, aren't there? You know what I mean?
Well, it's that type of environment, though, isn't it? They're living in that similar.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
If they are true.
You don't
MJ,
a bloody bird can't walk with its arms swinging as if it's marching down fucking Manchester.
No, but I'm saying where the myth starts. Where the myth starts, Baz, because you don't get many Bigfoot sightings in Macclesfield, you see, because there's no bears there.
No, it's the same terrain, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
every culture has a scary story, don't they? And a scary ghost story and scaring the kids and that. So maybe that's how Bigfoot died. I don't know what.
Possibly. I mean, have you ever seen The Village? The film, The Village. Good film, that.
Yeah.
But that part of that story is don't go in the woods because there's something there. And it was their way of keeping the village from going too far away from the truth of what was happening outside it. So, I mean, that could be a thing. Like from Southport, when I grew up here, there's a marshland, and it's quite dangerous. We were taught it was called marshland because that's where the Martians live. So don't go there. And it fucking to this day, I go past the marshlands and think, fuck, that's where the Martians live. So it does help in that way. I mean, that's just one of the.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus says the scream of the Bigfoot will rip a man's soul apart. Stuart says Paul Sykes punched one on the ear hole, it fucked off. Go on, Stuart.
You've got to weigh him up. I know how to angle.
Matt says he walks like that after about 12 pints of Guinness.
See these pumps? See these fucking pumps here? They're around my neck.
It's not the currents, none of that. It's Bigfoots.
Hey, he's here!
Tested, obviously.
Head on, he's nearly there. He's here!
Hey!
Yay!
Hey, Andy.
How are you doing?
How you doing, pal?
Around that fucking whirling circle, don't you hate it? I've tried my best. I've been walking in the fucking snow like a vagrant.
You all right? Can you just turn yourself up a little bit? It's not too bad, like.
Nice to meet everybody. Right, Bigfoot.
Go on.
Right,
I've
Andy.
listened to all your debates and stuff. Finally got you. I'm so sorry. I mean, my God, it was a nightmare. But, well, somebody else got me there for it. The Curry. Yeah, I did really well. I got there eventually. Right, I've been listening to it. I'm getting so frustrated. I'm in a travel lodge. My campsite's flooded. My house is my cabin's all right. I know. Let's get back on this. Bigfoot. Well, we don't like the word Bigfoot for a start. Sasquatch. Here we go.
Sasquatch.
Bigfoot's a comedy term that nobody takes serious. Nice to meet you all.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah,
And I'm having a wine because I'm good. Right, where are we at?
So we were just talking about Patterson. Well, go on, Andy. Give us your defence of Bigfoot, then, pal. You know, and I've got video footage as well if you want. I've got the Patterson, you know, with the actual, you know, the good video of the iceberg.
Well, Patterson is the golden egg in it of everything, to be honest.
Yeah,
it really is. I mean, you know, Steve did some great points there. You know, I mean, that isn't a person in a suit, right?
Right.
And because the thing is, I'm not a cryptozoology nut.
Yeah.
I'm not into Loch Ness Monster. I thought Bigfoot was a fucking joke, an absolute joke. You know, like Bigfoot the end walking off. How ridiculous. right? I do a lot of anatomical drawings and like animals and that. And I sat there one night, and they stabilised that footage. And when you see it, there's no way you can fit a man in that suit. The arms are too long, the legs are too short, and they've got muscles. You can see the muscles moving. You can see the deltoids moving, and it even has an hernia on its leg that pops up and down. And like I think Steve was saying about Planet of the Apes, or one of you was saying about Planet of the Apes. All they had with the masks, you know, the fucking silly mouth.
Yeah.
One of them. You hang on, he disappeared. But basically, anatomically, it is not a man in suit. And if you look, do you know the main thing that you can see? It's all shaky in that, right? But the main thing that you need to look at, right, I'm going to bring it up. It's got
Here breasts. We go, pal.
Yeah.
It's a female, and it's a 7.5 foot female walking across a sandbank. And have you ever seen a fat woman on a beach in Blackpool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How they walk and how smoothly she walks. Yeah, so that's why someone just jumped on and thrown that at you.
I mean, the boob thing is a really, if it's a fake, it's really a good idea, the boob thing, isn't it? Because you can see what looks like a saggy boob.
So it's a fat woman.
There was an old Indian thing where it wasn't there. They had something about this like a Yeti type thing, like a Sasquatch type
Hang
thing.
on.
But it was only females.
I'm not hearing you well. You have to bear with me in a travel lodge, and it's all a bit weird. I will try and listen to you.
Andy, have you got any other apps open, Andy, like YouTube? Because all you should have on now is StreamYard. So if you turn your YouTube off and leave StreamYard on, you'll hear us a lot better, pal. If you can do that, just turn YouTube off.
Okay. I'm not
and leave
used to this.
StreamYard
I'm
on.
caveman with all this.
No, it's all right, pal.
It's a new thing to me. It's exciting. I'm really glad to be on here.
That sounds all right now, mate. You sound all right.
Oh, that's all right. If you hold it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Do you know the guy that claims to have been the suit, the hernia thing? He says, I left my wallet in. Says, you can see my wallet. He claims that's his wallet.
Who, that Bob Anonymous?
Yeah, do you know what Bobby's at the hip, where people say there's a hernia or something? He says, that's me wallet.
Yeah.
He says he pulled his eye out as well, what a lot of people don't.
No, he took an extra one with him. No, he didn't take that one out.
Or is that what it is? It's his.
Yeah, he had a glass eye, he said, and he kept
you seen that suit that lunatic said he was the guy that walked across the sandbank in that suit.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I mean,
what do you think of him?
Must have put the tits in the garage. Because they're not on the suit. They're really prominent. You can see all the muscles walking. You can see them moving completely. And you've like people keep throwing. Was has done it before, and he loves having like a puff at me with his Sasquatch stuff. And he's
in
the background. And it's funny, but there's no breasts on the suit whatsoever. You can see it. You can just see it's a real thing, without a doubt.
Is that the one with that Philip Morris suit? The Philip Morris suit.
Yeah. That's it. People always push that suit on you. Oh, you're sounding good now. I was struggling before.
Yeah.
And you can just see it. You can see the muscles moving, and you cannot extend arms. And even Disney said they couldn't do that then. So why do two rodeo cowboys can make an exact suit? And if you look closely, it's actually not fully fur. It's not fully fur there. There's actually bare skin there. You'd have to.
Yeah, but that's the point. But the boobs seem hairy though. They wouldn't be hairy, would they? Well,
like, you don't get hair like chimpanzees and stuff, and gorillas don't have hairy boobs, do they?
Yeah, but
so did anybody go back to the area again and
this is the northwest in Canada gets absolutely freezing, doesn't it? So you don't want cold boobies, do you?
Yeah, what about gorillas?
Gorillas, but I mean, I'm up for like whatever you decide not to believe or not.
That's what we're debating now.
Not into cryptozoology.
Yeah.
What did you say, Barry?
I was saying, so when this thing went viral at the time, did anybody not go back like proper search teams and go out and search that?
Viral at the time, Barry. It's 1967.
Yeah, but it's true. There was no YouTube in it, but the video still circulated on the television and whatnot, didn't it? So
no. Oh, I guess to a certain degree of.
I am struggling.
No, not in 19. There was nothing viral in. or would have been
Yeah, you know
human.
what I mean, though. When word got out, did people not
To a certain extent, yeah. Newspapers viral. It's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah. Bigger. They've been bigger than newspapers.
The note
Well,
on the leg of a pigeon, you know what I mean? Smoke signals.
So how come, Andy? How come they've never found? Do you know what me and you have always talked about? How come they've never found any skeletons then, or out like that?
Yeah.
Well,
Fossils,
what I've been looking into, right, is basically, I mean, this is not an ape, right? These things peep round trees. Gorillas don't peep round trees. This is, I mean, would you know what? Want to know about the DNA side of things with Melba Ketchum?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Melba Ketchum? Well, Melba Ketchum is the leading body on the Twin Towers who found all the bodies. Basically, she rooted through all the rubble and found. She's a top leading expert in the Twin Towers. She is a DNA expert, basically, and she was sent some samples, and it came back as mitochondrial DNA, which is the male, nuclear DNA. Sorry, yeah, nuclear DNA is mitochondrial DNA is the female, nuclear DNA is the male, and it came back as modern human. Nuclear DNA, species unknown. Right? And she was shocked. She wasn't even into Bigfoot. She didn't believe in all that shit. She didn't believe in none of it, right? And she's a very credible woman. She's from Texas. You have to look her up. So she started a team of experts with DNA. And they collected 150 samples from forest, blood, earth, tissue. They all came back the same. Mitochondrial DNA, modern human, nuclear DNA, species unknown. And these weren't like these, do you know these BRF fucking old people, the Bigfoot and the Hendersons lot, which I can't stomach. Right? They're none of them. These are actually proper experts in DNA, right? And it all came back. Because I remember you saying earlier about, so why have we not found one? Why have we not found one walking around? I used to be the same thing. We thought there was one walking around, peeping through people's windows and caravans, like Bigfoot and the Hendersons, right? But this isn't true. They are well, I've looked at it. He's a hybrid kind of person. And the thing is, why would the hell would you actually put Bigfoot in the news? Can you imagine it? You know what I mean? We've just found Bigfoot, like one hairy.
Oh no, it'd be massive news if we found one.
They're not going to tell us, are they?
Why not?
Why not?
Because why would they tell us? We can't even deal with a bloody.
It'd be fascinating to find
they found
another
one grey owl in the woods, right?
Species.
Sorry, go on.
No, scientifically, it'd be amazing to find another species, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, imagine
Yeah,
you get
it doesn't work that way.
I've got better now.
I know we've got you on
I
twice.
can see you now better.
I can see you now better.
Have we done that?
Use Hazel Holgrove.
Andy, you've got some opened up there, I think.
On it.
What have you got going on?
Yeah, I'm turning it off. Is that better?
I think
get
that
rid of
was
Andy
better
there.
than, yeah.
It was difficult before, because I couldn't hear you properly, so I'll probably sound like I'm being like,
that's better.
You're perfectly now. Right. Right, what were you saying?
Well, imagine a company or an organisation found Bigfoot. How much money would they make? You know what I mean? Well, they'd be like right, come on, let's find Bigfoot. We'll make a shitload of money if we find Bigfoot. You know what I mean? And to find Bigfoot, imagine you were the one that found Bigfoot. How much money? I mean, that's why Patterson went out to find Bigfoot, wasn't it?
What would you do with it though if you found it? Would they put it in a cage in a zoo? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. I think they'd they do what, you got to remember they're constantly finding new species. It's just the fact that this one's so big and it looks like us, which is fascinating, isn't it? But they're still constantly finding new species, fish, all sorts.
That's a really good point. Steve, that's a really good point. I've been saying that a lot. You know, people get funding to do science, right?
Yeah.
And they go and look for something that like the Tasmanian devil or something like that, right? And they spend 2 weeks in the jungle let's say like Australia. You'll spend 2 weeks there, and 45% of Australia nobody's been in.
Well, they've got one, haven't they? I
Amazon.
think it's called Yahweh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, the Yahweh. Yeah, like they've got them all humanoids. They find them all like the Iran King in China, the Almas. You know, it's all there. I mean, it's not impossible. How many? I mean, you travelled, Steve. I've been to this show a few times. How many pockets of humans on the earth that we haven't found?
Oh, there's loads. Well, in the Amazon, there's loads of different groups of families, isn't there?
Yeah.
Tribes that have not been found yet.
Yeah.
So you imagine you're
you
really
can still
strong.
find them. If we want, we can go and find them.
Yeah.
They're not like completely unknown. We know they're there, and they're just leaving them there.
And
but
also,
what if you've got powerful sixth sense like an animal and a human that you know, like a fox or a wolf, that know that there's the humans are approaching, and they'll get rid of birds. Do it all the time. Squirrels do it. All animals do it. So you're half human and you're half animal instincts. You can
How
avoid
did that
people.
accident take then? When two guys on a horse, they're coming, be quite loud. How come suddenly she just goes, "Oh bloody hell! I'll just keep walking." You know, that doesn't make sense for that. That's not
I won't lie. I can avoid my next door neighbour for fucking weeks, to be honest. Just got shot.
Yeah, but surely if it's so bloody big, how can it hide? I mean, I can understand a squirrel or a fox.
Yeah, but we film. The thing is, we film squirrels and foxes.
We find rhinos and elephants every day. They're in the jungle. They're out there. We think we've populated every single part of the planet. We haven't. We're actually a small part of it.
I think we're quite open that we don't. There's huge areas that we don't know, especially in the sea.
Yes, but they obviously are weird people, because so many people say they've seen them and stuff like that and had experiences that they obviously. I mean, because we're going further and further, because we have better gear and we can do that. But we're going further, and so many people are seeing them. And the thing is, though, if they don't have any natural predators, obviously, so how come the population isn't just getting bigger and bigger? You know what I mean? They've no natural predators, have they? There's nothing.
Yeah, us.
How many have we hunted?
Yeah, they avoid us. He's right. Steve's right. They avoid us more than any other animal.
But I'm on about the population getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right?
It still doesn't mean that
when it comes to the planet, we are getting bigger, right? But when you really break it down, the numbers, we are a really small blink of an eye when the size of the planet.
Oh, completely.
No, but what I'm saying is, Andy, these Sasquatch, right? They've had no natural predators for so long. The population must be booming. So there's more and more of them.
Well, this apparently is true. Apparently they are booming.
Well then, so I mean,
there's still massive parts of the world that just America alone, North America.
I know.
Never mind the Amazon. It's huge.
Yeah, you can't even get in there, can you? You can't get in there. Nobody can even get in there. It's that thick and dense.
Google it was. Google signs it.
Google it was. Google it.
I don't use Google anymore, guys.
Matthew, you don't see from space. You see all the lights, don't you? Google it was.
Yeah.
You see all the lights in space. We're not actually pointing that much nature than you think, like the sea. If
you fly over India, it's one of the most massively populated, and China is the most heavily populated. You fly over it, all you see is fuck all. All you see is mountains and hills of fuck all. You think, wow, there's other people. It's huge, isn't it?
There's one guy with a cow pushing up an hill. That's it. In all the isn't there? There's nobody there. He's right. Steve's really right with this. He's on this. We think we've populated it all. We haven't.
No, but people are seeing them though.
Sorry.
What do you think?
People are seeing them though. That's what I'm saying. The people. There's so many people. I mean, there's lots of. I mean, I know they don't do it any good, them people. There's some obvious fear. I watched another one tonight, some so-called teacher.
Don't let BRFO, them fucking silly American documentaries.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They really fuck it up every side angle.
They balls it all up, Andy. That's what I'm saying. They balls it all up with the shitness. You know what I mean? It's Jesus says Jesus says, I bet they're fucking mint at basketball. Dave says, Andy, Dave says, I agree with Andy about the muscle tone. I've watched thousands of these videos and I've seen about 8 that are incredible. And it's very rare to find a skeleton of a deer. They break down.
There you go. You will ask a percentage of hunters, they can't find birds. In the forest or a jungle, a body will decompose in a second. In that minute, he will never find it again. Every chill's over.
Yeah, but they have skeletons of deers, don't they? They have skeletons of birds, you know. But what were we going to say? We're going to say something then. Oh, yeah. So, the thing with the, to put it on the other side, you know, with the suit. So, that's Philip Morris, who reckons he made the suit. He said the reason why it looks like there's muscle tone is because he has those old American football pads, and they're all shiny, and they slip. And when the suit moves, it moves over.
He's not a refrigerator, is he? Walking around in the forest. You know, remember that American football player, the refrigerator?
Yeah. Perry something, weren't it? Something Perry.
Hang on, you're falling over.
No, but he beefed up all the suit. That is what he's saying. That Philip Morris is. He got him in and he put all the shoulder pads on him and beefed him.
Did he ever talk about the boobs, the boobs things?
Yes, he did. Did it? Because Patterson wanted it to have boobs because he'd heard that story about those female. There was an old story.
That one.
No, I'm just saying the other side, Andy. I'm just saying that's what he was saying. This Morris. And he was saying that Patterson had heard this story about this myth about these or there were only females, this thing, and they'd have boobs, and he thought that'd be a really good idea. So he asked the bloke to put boobs on it, because he then said to him, he put the boobs on the suit, he was saying, like, and he said, well, I need him to jiggle. And he says, I can't make him fucking jiggle. Like, you know, there's solid
Disney
things.
But make him jiggle.
No, but he said he had a like the lining on it. When he actually wore it, because of the lining, it made the tits jiggle type thing, you know. But he was saying about the muscle tone. He was saying because he had the padding, the old American football padding, which was all shiny and moved.
Tattoo off.
He'd have it underneath the suit. So when it moved, the way it moved underneath, it made it look like it had muscle tone. It was an old accident. That's what he's saying.
I've never heard that in my life.
The trouble with his argument as well, it's almost similar to the Bigfoot. He hasn't got any proof of it. He can't pull anything out.
I totally agree. No. I totally agree with that. He hasn't got the original suit. I totally agree with that. They're both here. So I totally agree with that. I'm just saying that side of the argument.
I just don't believe he was going to get £1,000 for it. That's the bit where I think
he didn't get £1,000 for it.
No, he didn't get it, but he's saying he was offered £1,000 to do it, or dollars.
Yeah, and he was.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No, but he was gullible and believe. I'm just saying,
I know. Because that just makes me not believe him.
Because look, I'll show you. We've got that about the walk, right? So they said about the way he walked, right? And then this is the walk, and this is Bob Hieronymus. Watch this. So that's the walk of the Bigfoot, yeah? Sorry, a Sasquatch. Sorry, Andy, Sasquatch, right? And they were saying it's impossible. Now, this is Bob Hieronymus.
I mean...
That's Bob Hieronymus actually walking.
He does look like he's trying to put the walk on, though.
Yeah, but they're saying that they couldn't do it.
They may say that, but he looks like he's trying to walk like that.
He looks like fucking Woody on Toy Story. What are you on about?
He's watched that loads of times, hasn't he? He knows what he's trying to look like. I bet us here, if we watch it enough times, because we know what he's filming, he's been told to walk like that and then look over there. That's what he's doing in the video.
Well, his mates and all that said that's what he walks like.
Well, that's going to back his argument.
I agree. There's no proof. I agree. There's no proof.
Because that definitely looks like him. We could still, I bet, tomorrow, if we go and make a video of that, we could do a similar version of it. So it's not full-on proof that, he walks like that, it's him.
It's a very spooky, like
I'm going to jump out and grab it in a minute.
He's trying to do it.
Are you here, Baz?
Baz? Yeah, I'll see you later, guys. I'll keep it comments for a bit. See you in a bit.
No, keep your right side up, Baz. But,
right, we'll go back to the walking, right? Well, one thing I'll do, what you need to look at is the size of the arms, the size of the legs, the size of the deltoid, the size of the neck. There's not a human body can fit in that. It's not. It's out of proportion. There's no human
I
that
don't
has
think that's
arms
true.
at the
I've
side of
heard
his
that
knees.
argument. That doesn't mean that's true.
No, but you can see his muscles and stuff. He's definitely not him in a suit.
See, let's have a look. Wait till it settles down. I can't fast forward it, so we'll have to wait till it settles down.
Yeah.
But I think I have another one actually.
The only hardest thing to get to grips with, I mean, is the fact is when you see a humanoid walking along with Uri, he does look like a man in a suit because it would do, wouldn't it?
True.
If I it looks like a man in a suit. But why would you put breasts on? Have a long discussion about putting breasts on? Nobody's ever said, "Oh, Sasquatch is a female." Because they're families, aren't they? You have to look into it. Yeah. Why would you? I mean, it's going to be difficult to put every single hair into the skin, which they obviously have. Why would you put that extra mile of sticking some breasts on? And the original suit doesn't have any breasts on.
Yeah, but that's the argument against that is Patterson had heard about this myth about these Sasquatch, this tribe of that the Indians had told him about, that they were all female and they all had breasts. He heard about that and liked that and thought, I'll have that. That's his
I've never
idea.
heard that one. That's a funny one, though. I've never heard that one. Do you like?
No,
I do like the. If you do look at the 130, is it 150 Indian tribes talk about the same creature? Same China, they talk about the same creature. You've got the Almas and the Yeti, and you've got the orang pinguay, and you've even got Vietnam. They call them rock apes, and they're notoriously famous for not trying to kill anybody, but throwing rocks at people, getting rid of them. The point is, like I was saying before, there is lots and lots of pockets of humans, and if you've got sixth sense and you've got animal instincts, you can avoid humans quite easily. Like I said, I can avoid my next door neighbour.
I don't know, but the trouble with the more than there is of these pockets everywhere, the more why have we not bloody found them?
Exactly. I think that goes against your argument because
I think it does go against it.
Yeah, if there's more worldwide, there's more odds of it than being caught.
Especially now of the days of the frigging cameras stuck in
and the thing is as well, the thing for me as well is also when you say about the argument like with the sixth sense, like foxes and wolves and stuff like that, we still capture all them on videos, you know, like when they. I always remember when they got the famous snow leopard. There's only about 50 of them left in the world, and they got them on video. They hanged out, they were waiting and waiting. They went there and got them, you know. So. There's nothing more,
but I'm going to put it this way. Do when you break it down, you've got the news and you've got everything. I mean, would you agree? You're obviously two intelligent fellas. Would you agree that most of the things in life we're drip fed and we only get to know what we need to know? If you know what I mean, like the news and the link every day.
I don't get why they'd hold back on that.
What I'm trying to say is, you don't need to know things. If they want to keep things from you, they can keep things from you. The government can keep things from you. And if this tribe, they've done it all the time.
That's without a shadow of doubt, but it doesn't make sense for them to hide a rare animal.
It's famous stories about tribes being massacred just to save forest things. It's been happening forever, hasn't it? You know, they don't talk about it. We'll never get to know about it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if it is real, all it is just a very rare animal. Again, that is very related to us. That's the thing about it. It's the fact that it's similar to us. It makes it so fascinating.
A human can hide.
There's no reason for any government to go, oh, we know what Sasquatch is. Let's not tell anyone because they might think that, I don't know, there's no good argument for the government knowing.
Yeah, we don't get to know anything about the government, do we? Everything's drip fed, like bullshit drip fed, isn't it? So they're not going to tell us about an hairy species of like the bipedal tribes.
Yeah, Andy, why did you say that though? I don't understand that, Andy. What would the government gain by not telling us? If they knew about Sasquatch and all the other, what would they gain by not telling us?
What would they make?
More to lose by if it came out of them being dishonest.
But why would they be dishonest in the first place?
No, I'm saying if
they're not going to tell us.
No, but why, Andy?
Why would they? You're not going to parade it like Dumbo in a circus, are they? It's not going to happen, is it?
No, but they say like
dog is going to be out there shooting them.
And the thing is,
You
as
know what I
well,
mean?
well, yeah, but it'd be a private independent company anyway that'd do it to make loads of money.
Well, the thing is, right, there is stories, and I've read about all this, where there is Sasquatch that have been shot by independent firearms gangs, like from Australian gangs. There's been American ones have gone in and assassinated them for financial gain. These forestry businesses are worth billions of pounds, and they're in the way. Nobody sticks by the book. It's not a big. You don't make money by sticking by the book. It's corrupt. It's all corrupt, and it's easy to hide. You could kill
we know that. We know
if you got the money, couldn't you? Let's face it.
Yeah, but I don't get. I think any chance if they could go out, if they thought it was feasible to go out and do it, they'd do it. I mean, I'll tell you what Andy have got as well. If I put on for you, pal. Do you know them talking? You sent me those links for the Sasquatch talking.
Go on, I'm going to make another brew while you do that.
You want to put them on? Do you want them on?
Having a brew?
yeah, he's off for a brew. Yeah, I've got the what's he called them talking here. Do you want me to put that on? Do you not?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And people are going to laugh.
Yeah, I can hear while you're talking.
But you've got to think, right? You're a singer, was.
Yeah.
Right? And you know about tone, and you're a musician.
Yeah.
And if you listen to it, I mean, most of the people, and it sounds like someone's deranged in the woods. But if you listen to the tone and the actual depth of the tone, and it's been proven it is not human capabilities. And you can see that thrash bands can do it, but if you listen to the tone, it's actually breathing in as the talking.
What about Andy Whitehead?
He might be able to have a go at it.
Yeah, let's play one then.
Go! I can't hear them, but it's all right.
I've got another one.
That's clearly a bloke fucking doing that. I'm sorry, Andy. That's not the best hidden animal, is it? That. How can you hide if you're going around doing that?
No, honest to God.
He's there.
When you listen to it, you go, "What? That's just a bloke in the woods." Some deranged autistic bloke.
There's a reason why we think that. Come on, mate. You've got to do better than that.
No, but do you think that if they exist, they will have huge cocks? I think they will have dicks like dogs. Do you know, like dogs with the lipstick dicks? I think they'll have kind of that thing going on. Yeah, like a lipstick dick. Yeah, it'll just pop out, and a little pink thing will pop out like that. But
gorillas have got tiny cocks, you know. They've only got 2-inch cocks.
I know. Gorillas only have right tiny dicks, don't they? They're absolutely massive and all. Right big. Fuck off. And then you go, hey, you little needle dick bastard. Fuck off.
But then again, what about American basketball play? Right, let's not go there.
Hey.
I've heard that from this as well.
Lawson says, if Bigfoot was found today, nobody would care tomorrow.
Oh, no.
I don't think so. I don't think.
It'd be massive, that.
Well, it can take you to school, couldn't it? You know, on his shoulders going to school. My Bigfoot friend.
There's one of like a young Bigfoot playing on a tree. That's really bad, that one.
Oh, there's some that are fake. I'll tell you what I have got, actually. I found this other one. This one's interesting. Yeah, check this one out. You'll just check it out.
Shh. Listen.
You didn't get me.
It didn't work. I meant that on myself.
Yeah.
That was shit. I did that all myself. I don't know. Eddie Days here. Sounds like Walls from yesteryear. Andy Whitehead.
Hey!
All right, Eddie. Yeah.
Andy, if the Patterson one is true, how come we don't have any of
Why does
the other
video sound like it's having a
videos that look similar to that Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sasquatch. There's no other one that looks similar to
So
it.
again, Steve, right?
There's no other video, fake or real, that looks like the Patterson video. Is there?
What do you mean?
There's no.
Are they-
Well,
There isn't another one that's similar to it. Of all the sightings
Well,
and all the
it's like the golden
videos,
egg. It's because you can see its entire body. It's walking. It's like the golden egg of footage, I guess.
yeah.
but that's the thing, though.
No,
is
there
this
isn't
is
anything come close to that.
Yes, it's 1967. We still haven't got anything near to it. I mean, they have one.
There is a few. If you look. Have you ever looked at any Scott Carpenter stuff?
I looked at that.
There's
There's one that you showed me.
He walks with his camera to the back of him, and he's got footage. They're very good at hiding. You can see the faces, and you can actually see them in the bushes and stuff. They're very good hiders.
I did see a lot of that. Is like it's like cloud spotting with me. Is that one looking for shapes in clouds with that? Do you know when they show them
Because
pictures?
a lot of it is well. Yeah, but if you don't do it before and after, if you don't do both, then you've had it, haven't you? But if you go there after and it's not there, then it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
I do
You
like
can see
the
the
one
faces
where there's the camera looking at the weather, and it you can see like what they call the big bison. And in the background, you can see there's like 4 or 5 figures.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
That's
yeah,
a quite
yeah.
good.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Interesting.
And these are like 9 foot tall, some of these things, aren't they? I mean, why would you walk 8 of you in a suit, one with a limp, right? I think 8 to 9 of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're walking on the top of a glacier, which is a bloody dangerous thing to do anyway, in costumes with these hunters around and bison. Yeah, you're on a good one there. That's a good one, that one is. That's a good one to go. That's a good one.
Well, David's saying there is a lot that look like that, but I've not seen them. I've tried to look at the best examples.
Yeah, there's that one. Lloyd is off.
That discovering Bigfoot and all that crap. That's awful stuff.
Yeah, well, there's that one with. Did you send me that one? It's they have like it's showing. They said, look at this, and it's like a Bigfoot, and then there's a kid with it. It has like a kid, and then it kind of moves off, but you can see around the outline. Yeah, it moves off, but you can see the outline out around it where it's been superimposed in, or it had something done. Because when it's walking, it's like the Predator almost a bit. Do you know the film The Predator when it has the outline? And you can see that around the image while it's moving.
It's so difficult.
Hey?
But why would you do that? Take that much time on that? Because CGI is extremely difficult to do, isn't it? Like to make it look real.
Yeah, but they do, don't they? Yeah, but hoaxes, that's what that's the...
Can I just add, do you know the connection between Predator and Bigfoot? Anybody?
The connection between Predator... Oh, the same guy played Bigfoot and the Edisons played the Predator. Yeah, that's the one.
And do you know he died of AIDS in early 30s.
Who died? Who?
He must have
the guy that played Predator and Bigfoot and the Andersons and Predator, he died of he got accidentally transmitted AIDS in an operation.
No,
that all one.
Oh dear.
Sure, you're not a homosexual.
That's bloody bad, isn't it?
No, he did.
I'll never look at Harry Anderson the same.
Is what?
Here's another one. I've had a look, and it's Harry and the Andersons, not Bigfoot and the Andersons. They changed it.
It was a
TV
Bigfoot and the Andersons, where they filmed. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but the series is called Harry and the Andersons.
I noticed that. He changed the title, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just another person says Todd Standing has good footage, Andy. Who's Todd Standing? I haven't heard that.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
He's got the best footage. He's got the faces. Yeah, you'll have to check that out. I think I sent you a link.
Yeah, I've seen the one. Yeah, that's the one though with the faces though. to me, that when you're looking at that, it's like you're looking. It's like now look, and you start doing squiggles. I think, oh come on, we're making shapes out of clouds here. You know, when you look at clouds and you can see shapes when you start looking at them, like I don't buy that.
I
You know,
thought it breaking clowns then was for a minute. I thought, what's he doing breaking clowns?
No, I've seen one like that. It's zooming past, and it could be anything. But if you can make it, you draw around something. Go look, it's there. You go, all right, yeah, it is. But that's pushing it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of bad evidence is evidence that it isn't real. It goes against them. The more bad evidence there is, this simply goes against them.
Well, they had the one with the
I think it's
FBI.
in fact as well. People automatically don't believe. If you know what I mean. Worst word to say is believe, I know, but when you really
I can honestly
some
say the
footage,
only
you
one
think,
I
bloody hell.
really struggle with is the Patterson one. Not
I
struggle
don't.
with it, as
You
in
struggle with that one.
not struggle with it. That I find it the most convincing for the argument for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Sasquatch, sorry.
Yeah, that's what the whole chose that one.
See, I don't with that. That's the thing with that. I don't. Every time I look at it, I go, "That's a bloke in a suit," and I do. Every
Well,
time I see it.
because if you start seeing it one way or the other,
No, but I tried it. I tried it with kids though.
our own brain fills itself.
Yeah, no, but when I tried it with kids the other night when I was putting all the stuff down for the show tonight, and I said, "Kids, come here," and I said, "Right, Mary," I said, "Bill, right, that there," he says, I said, "That's Bigfoot," and he watched it. He said, "That's a bloke in a suit." Right, and I said, "Mary J, come in," and Mary J said, "Right, watch this. This is Bigfoot here. What do you think of that footage there? That's Bigfoot." And then she watched it. That's a bloke in a suit. It's a natural thing to
an unbiased view.
Yeah, kids, you know, kids
You've
are.
never seen something else but a bloke.
I
You know
know,
what I
but it's
mean?
that
You've never
natural.
seen somebody else in the human, have you? With full of hair.
Yeah, but
It's going to be
my
look like a bloke.
my
in a
argument
suit,
always
isn't it?
has been is when you look at any creature in wildlife, you never think of anything. Do you know? Even when you see a bear up for the first time, do you know when you see a bear walking, it looks unusual and peculiar, but
I
it
didn't know they
doesn't.
walked like that was.
Right?
The bear walking. Is it a gospel bear?
No, somebody's pointing a gun at it. Somebody's pointing a gun at it. No, don't shoot. No, they showed it walking. And, but when you look at a bird, it's like it's really unnatural. To see a bird walking is really unnatural, isn't it? When they get up like that, you think, fucking hell. But it never looks anything other than like, whoa, that's a bird standing up on it. It doesn't look like a bloke in a suit. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing.
No, it never will. No, it does not.
And then
Because
when
they only do that to like rear up, don't they? Look intimidating. They don't actually walk along like going shopping and fucking alley, do they? Like walking
that's
around.
right.
Like,
And they reckon that's where
they just don't
lot.
do it, do they?
No, but they reckon that's why a lot of these sightings. They say a lot of them. More than likely, people have seen bears. You know, like walking about. You know, because there's a panic element.
You can compare with, isn't it? I guess.
It's what, Andy? Sorry.
It's the closest thing that I can see some humanoid walking around. It's the closest thing you can compare it with. It's not going to be a moose, is it? It's going to be like a bird that stands up. It's the closest thing you can identify. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone
Well, we
stands
do
up.
know
Moose
that
doesn't
birds
stand up
do
walking around.
stand up.
It's picking antlers are too much for a start. I don't know. It's just one of them, isn't it? It's weird.
I suppose, yeah. I can see your argument there with like because it's the only creature that walks like a human, pretty much. I mean, I suppose monkeys do, don't they? I suppose. No, not really.
They're not for long.
There's no other creature is there that walks like a human, I suppose, is there?
No, there's no way that when he stands up and walks,
it's
clearly an ape.
She looked quite convincing.
Who's that?
I saw a woman in Aldi the other week. She looked like the same kind of walk. I think she shat herself in the thin section.
Just another person saying sawdust beast. What's have you ever heard of sawdust beast? Sawdust beast. I've never heard that. Sawdust
Gorillas
beast.
don't walk like humans.
What's that?
No, yeah.
Sawdust, that's what I mean. It's a crazy world out there. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Gorillas, gorillas don't walk like humans, do they? Because they have a side to side thing going on, don't they? So
from what I've seen, definitely the birds.
No,
are the
they
closest
fall
to it.
off Ferris wheels in film.
If you can't see the head on a walking bear, it looks like a guy in a suit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does.
But But it's clearly a bird's head. It's nothing like a human or ape-like thing. You know, the body's definitely passable for human, but not the head. And the ears are massive, aren't they? It really stands out like fucking hell, look at that bird.
Yeah. And the shoulders, and Steve, the shoulders as well. You can tell the difference between like a humanoid head and a bird's head and the shoulders. You get that a bird's got slopey shoulders, hasn't it? And it stands up briefly, intimidation. But if things are just standing up with wide shoulders and small heads walking off into the distance, a bird doesn't walk off into the distance casually, does it?
I'm not sure. Well, Rizzler's absolutely convinced that there are videos of them.
Oh no, I'm not on two legs, I mean.
Can you find it was the gorillas that walk like a human?
I'm trying to find it now, but it's just how to go on. I can do it actually. I think. Let me just get this. Just give me a sec. You just keep chatting as well. I do this.
Yeah.
Have you got?
I listened to a lot of the
on roller skates while you're at it.
Is it what?
You got giraffes on roller skates while you're at it.
Giraffes on roller skates.
I've listened to a lot of the podcasts, like hours and hours of it this week, and listen. There's nothing come up where I've gone, wow, really. It's people really looking to want to find it. This is where it goes against the argument for them. People really want to believe.
I 100% totally agree with those, Steve. These are idiots.
And, Andy, I've never spoke to you before. I can absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I'll be amazed if I'm wrong, but you believe that 9/11 was an inside job. Am I right or wrong?
Well, I just know about Fred Dimon who fucking collapsed chimneys, to be honest.
And they answer the question. Am I right?
I can't download this video.
Are you slightly conspiracy-minded?
Right. I just know about the towers were designed to be hit by. I think it was like 9 airplanes each.
You just proved my point. You're looking at things in a certain way. Maybe I'm the opposite. I will give you before you say that. But this goes against the argument where people are all automatically looking for the exciting version of an event, not solely the truth of it.
No.
So do you believe it? Do you believe 9/11 was an inside job? I never spoke to you about that. Did you believe it? Do you believe 9/11 was an inside job?
I really don't know, to be honest. I just know how a building collapses. That's all I know.
Well, yeah, like that.
I don't know it's an inside job. I really don't.
But yeah. So, right. So, what do you all reckon in chat? Give us a 1 if you believe that it exists, that Sasquatch exists, or give us a 2 if you don't think it exists and it's just a myth.
Or a 3 for still not sure.
Or a 3 for still not sure, yeah.
I say I'm more 3. I was more of a non-believer. I'd say I'm slightly more of a believer after looking at things than I was last week, put it that way.
But just because of the Patterson video?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing much more.
Well, Rizzler says he's a non-believer. Louise says she believes. But I really want it to be true. It's like UFOs as well. Although that government footage is a bit weird. But 1.3. Carlos says 1.3. So
That's a fair point, yeah, 1.3.
Yeah, well, that's the 3, isn't it? Yeah, 3 if you're not too sure, if you're not 3. Natalie's a 3. Hey, Natalie.
Yeah.
Dave's a 1, sort of. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is that you can't prove it either way, can you? You can't prove that it does exist, but also you can't prove that it doesn't exist, I suppose. You can't prove that the Patterson video is a fake. There's no hard evidence to say it was a fake at all.
Yeah.
So, and it's that Patterson video that keeps it all alive, I think, because you're not going to prove it now because pretty much everybody's dead. That
you're still alive. One of them was there, still alive.
I said pretty much that everybody's dead. Listening is key.
Yeah. Well, but it isn't. That isn't pretty much. That's 1 in 3.
That's
The
pretty much
Sasquatch.
everybody's dead, you tit.
Well, it isn't, was.
2/3 of all the people who
Yeah,
know are
but that's
dead.
not pretty much everybody, is it? That's my
Yeah,
point.
it is. There's one
We're not
left.
talking 1 in a million.
Know what you want. But that's the thing, isn't it? You can't prove it either way. So, and that is, like you say, it's the golden egg. But I still say it. I've always
I'll
said
kind
it.
of close that one. I reckon it's a good juicy footage to go on that one, I think. And you'll always get two sides of everything on that one every time. You'll have people go, hang on a minute, I can see them cock muscles. It depends on your eyes and how you think. People have different brains, I've learned, with its subjects. These people go, hang on a minute, I can see muscles in that. And somebody go, oh, fucking hell, that was absolutely ridiculous. Look at it. You know what I mean? It looks like Len Henry fucking
Yeah, but
walking off
the
or something.
footage though. The thing with
It's just,
that though is that
I think it's something subject to where people perceive things and think. It owns a complete ball game of how people think and perceive things, and that's
well,
what's interesting
absolutely,
to
yeah.
me. You know what I mean? I would push it and push it and push it. I like it, and I enjoy it.
They
And I'm always
wouldn't be
into
saying
it, and I like.
better footage than that.
But it says about everybody's personality, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the thing
Is
is,
there
I agree
anywhere
with that.
now?
But
I know it's a bit late. Is anywhere, Andy, you could show us better footage than
Andy
the
can't put
Patterson
it up.
one? Yeah, but you've had plenty of time to get ready. To be fair,
Andy's never done this before.
no, I'm on about the things that
No,
like.
we've done this before. You told me a couple of days ago. I'm in a travel lodge. My fucking campsite's flooded.
Yeah, Andy. What he's saying is, is there better footage than the Patterson video?
No, it's not. I don't think so. There is lots of footage, but I think that's the best one you can ever have. You got a whole body thing working. It's all about like anatomical looking. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know, muscle tone and. It sounds
Yeah,
a
but
bit
that's the thing
geeky
with
to
that.
say, like, because I do draw a lot of animals. Also, no,
Yeah,
I
but
draw a
that's
lot of animals. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, anatomical stuff, and I just saw it one. I wasn't always a believer or anything like that. I just thought it was bollocks. And I sat there one night thinking, that's muscles, right? That's muscles moving, and I looked
the
at it
trouble
purely
that
that way.
I
I'm
watched
not even a
one.
crypto nut or anything like that.
Sorry, Andy, I watched an Australian artist going through it because he was an artist. He was explaining how blah blah blah, and he was just talking utter shite as a fellow artist. He was seeing what he wanted to see.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like what you were saying
That's
there,
a fair
Andy.
point, yeah.
It's like what you were saying before, though, Andy, which is how you look at it. And if you're looking at that video as that is Bigfoot, you're going to see everything relative to it being Bigfoot, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
No, that's not true. That's not true because I didn't think of it that way. I've been drawing all my life.
No,
I
not
completely
just you. I
disagree
mean,
with that.
anybody. No,
I thought it was
not
all
just
bollocks. I
you.
thought it was all bollocks. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is with that footage, right? It's been the original is super like shite. So then they've messed with it to enhance everything. But in enhancing everything, they're bringing other stuff out that's not necessarily there. Because the only way you do it, it's been digitized, so then it's all becomes pixels, and then the computer will only pick up on different colors and bring out certain things. So when they say I've enhanced it and I've made it look better, it's bringing up stuff that's not necessarily there, because that's how it captures
Well,
it.
they just slowed it down, Lord. Because it's shaking, they just stopped the shakiness.
Yeah, they've done this. Yeah, they've also.
They just stopped it shaking. They just
Of course they have.
it.
Andy, look at
bloody things, and I just remembered.
No, Andy, look at this is the original. Look at the actual video quality. So that's the original. That's the original. Yeah. So look at the quality of the video and the colors. Look at the colors, and then this is the other one. This is the enhanced one. It's completely different. Look at the colors. They're completely different. All the color that's all there has all been taken away.
I know.
So he's bringing in.
What you mean now, the colours?
You know what I mean? Look at how the colors are different. You know, so they bring to do
Yeah,
that.
there's so many footage of that with different colours.
It's what?
It's been copied a million times.
No, that's been enhanced as that. That's been messed with the computer.
Right,
When you have
look
the
at that.
original, when you
It's got an
when you
ass,
look,
look at it. It's got an ass.
no, but look at the colour. That's the actual. That is the original footage.
Why would they not just keep following it?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
At least try to show them following it.
And they've magnified it as well. On the.
Well, they said that, I mean,
Sorry, go on, Andy.
I mean, the thing is, right, I am completely open to everything, right? It's just what, but you think about it, if you're in the woods and you see a 7.5 foot fucking creature that big, right, and you've got a cinecam, it's not like you got your family at Benidorm, it's not going to keep still. You're going to shit yourself, aren't you, basically?
No, but he went out looking for it.
Aren't you?
And it's walking away, and it looks. Even though it looks weird, it doesn't look scary.
Okay. Does Woz think the trees have been
I
fake?
honestly, God, Steve, if I saw 7.5 foot woman with a big hair running across the field, like I'd be terrified to see that. That's me personally, though. I'd be absolutely terrified.
No, but Andy, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say what you.
This is Dave Patterson. This is that Roger Patterson. It's his big chance. Like I say, it's his golden egg. He's gone out to film Bigfoot, hasn't he? That's what he's gone out to film. He comes over. Bigfoot comes out.
A documentary, and he had pictures.
Oh, yeah, to find Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's why he took the camera.
Yeah.
To find Bigfoot, you know,
a lot of people
big
do,
thing.
don't they?
Yeah, no, but that's what he did. That was his mission. That's why he got the camera. That's why him and went out to go and video it, and they capture it. There it is. There is Bigfoot. So why is he not following it? Why is he not giving it? Fucking, I've got Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many different stories to that story. Because apparently, like, he wanted to, right? His mate went, "Don't! I'm terrified." Because apparently, he said there's more of them.
Right. Say it's me and Woz now.
I mean,
we've gone out there.
I'm just going.
Bigfoot.
I'm not saying they're all true.
Whoa, stop! Don't speak over each other. Stop speaking over each other. Sorry, go on, Steve.
I'm saying me and Woz.
I'm struggling with the echoes. I'm getting into echoing when I'm like delayed, so you might sound like I'm doing that.
No, Andy,
yeah,
you need to shut. Andy, close down YouTube. There's a YouTube link open. Close that down, and you'll get rid of the echo. On your thing, you've got YouTube open as well as StreamYard. If you close YouTube down, you'll get rid of the echo, pal.
That's where it's been weird conversation tonight, then, right? Got you.
Close YouTube down.
I've been struggling. The rhythm.
Yeah.
Wait for Chris. No.
If you close YouTube down,
and go to that.
And then just.
Yeah, Carlos could be right. You can go with the full intentions of seeing it, but in reality, if you get there, you see a Sasquatch, your ass could completely go. That's a good point, you know.
I don't think so. I don't. If you've gone out to film,
no. If you think about it, you see something like that. You know,
what? I've never done this kind of thing before. So I mean, it sounds like me talking over people. I haven't.
No, it's right, Andy. No, I wasn't shouting at you, Andy. I was just shouting at everybody to stop talking. That were all. I know there's a delay.
It's like a weird rhythm, innit? I'm getting used to this. It's bizarre.
I guess like this when they answer this. Like.
Yeah, but if you've gone out to solely film Bigfoot and you see Bigfoot, he knows what Bigfoot is through all the stories.
Think about this though. You love great white. We love great whites, and I'd love to go out and film one. Once you get in the water, and you actually see one coming at you.
I'd be in a fucking cage. There's no way I'd be in the actual fucking.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd go outside the cage and punch it right in the fucking ear.
Punch it in the nose.
Yeah.
Punch it in the nose like that bloke you were talking about last week.
Ooh. Did you see that? Did you see that footage of that guy getting attacked with a shark off Australia?
No, don't go there with that.
Oh, that's fucking bad. That. Just while we're on about that. Sorry, right? Yeah. But Yeah, just another person. Why did he follow? You want that coming at you? No, but that's what they've gone to film. It's my argument. I don't know. I'm not Roger Patterson. I can't speak for him. It just seems, to me like that's what you've gone to film. And,
Oh yeah, I'm more with you, was, to be honest, because I think the way it is, it looks very passive, and you're seeing that thing, you're going, "We've got it, fucking hell, we've got it." We're seeing it.
That's
I'll be
the
definitely following it.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is when all the footage before is really calm and really still, and then Bigfoot comes walking through, and he says his horse started freaking out. Why would the horse freak out? The Bigfoot wasn't going "fuck off," you know what I mean? He was just walking past.
No, a horse would freak out even if it's a man in a suit.
Not that it wasn't right next to it. It wasn't right next to it.
Oh, but you can still imagine a horse freaking out. The shitheads as it is horses. Oh, no, Jesus Christ!
I love it was like you get in the mind of a horse.
Oh God, yeah. Don't get me started about horses. Back in the day, they used to shoot guns off back at horses and charge them into cannons. Now you've got to pull over, turn your radio off. Oh, fuck off.
Right, anyway, I think
yeah. That was a good one, that though. Well, thanks for coming on, Andy. I really appreciate it.
Cheers, Andy. It's still always very interesting, no matter what.
No, it's still interesting.
I'm just getting used to the rhythm when it's like proper delayed. I'm like,
away with it.
When I'm talking, but we got through it.
Well, you're always welcome on, Andy, as well.
You've got a cool show, guys. I really love it.
Oh, cheers, Andy. I really appreciate it. Andy, but get yourself on as well on Daft Nights and all that lot. Get it all going, pal, because it's really good.
We'll do
it. Andy, all right, pal. Well, thanks for coming on, Andy. Love you to bits, pal. And good luck. Get that box sorted out.
You're frustrated trying to go on a big fucking conversation.
Well, get your box sorted out.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Andy.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that were a good one. That maybe the horse hadn't seen Bigfoot before either. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
No, the point is though, it's the same problem whether it's a man in a suit or a Bigfoot. A horse, it would just go around the corner and they go, "What the fuck's that?" It would do that.
Just round the corner. It was right over there.
Or whatever.
You know what I mean? But the best one I've seen, Dave Mundy says, the Bigfoot is less than 20 feet away, and if it's a man, he would have been to a world-class bodybuilder. You could see all the muscles. The ones I've seen I've been looking at lots, Dave, and they're all shit. They're all really dodgy. They're all really, and especially now, it's like Andy was saying before when he was showing me the faces, and they really are. You look at it and you think, what's he looking at here? And then you get to the marker. Look, if you can see the eyes here, and you can see that there, and it's like, whoa, there. I bet I could make fucking lots of other different things. There's a pair of tits. You know what I mean?
What's in Cannock?
I don't know, Next show should be about haunted places. Well, we did ghosts. I'm going to a Bigfoot convention in Gatlinburg. Ron Moorhead, brilliant man on Bigfoot. All right, that's a good one. Then. That'd be good. That I'd like to go, but they do.
It's definitely brought me interest back more into it. Whereas before, I was like, "Oh, what a lot of bollocks." I'm not as much as what a lot of bollocks in some ways. Overall, I'm afraid I'm still not a believer.
No, I'm not.
Have you changed your opinion anyway, or not? Or
no, not at all. I haven't changed. I haven't budged from where I was before, and I'm not. The thing is, like I say, I totally agree with that. It's not like there's no proof that they don't exist. There's no proof that video isn't true, and there never will be now. They'll never. That's one of those where it's just perfect.
Yeah,
because he died. He died quite youngish. Well, back in '72. I'm not supposed to be young, but he died earlier on in '72. So the guy that reckons Philip Morris, who reckons he made his suit, he died, and when they talk about the muscles like that was really convincing. Was that with the American football stuff? And he said, when you put the suit over the American football stuff, when you move, it moves over it, so it has that muscle effect. The stuff with the patchiness, when you say, "Oh, look at the patchiness on that," that's just the quality of the video. You know what I mean? It's like you can't. And how they can say, look at the muscles and look at all this on a video that's such bad quality, and then it's been digitally enhanced. It's been magnified as well. They've magnified it, digitally enhanced from a
Dave, I
source
think I
material.
watched that, the Sasquatch Chronicles. That's a bad example of proof.
Yeah.
This is a group of pillocks, isn't it, that go around. It's really, if it's the same one I've been looking at, it's terrible. I stopped watching it because they're just making a TV program. That's all they're doing.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The problem with a load of this stuff, because a lot of stuff that I've watched, I've just fucked off right away because it's completely, let's get people watching it. So they dramatise, make stuff up. I watched one that recently was 2022, the latest one. It's supposed to be this guy, this teacher, and he's in the woods and he set up these cameras. You know, like they call them traps or something. These cameras, don't they? So he's got this apple hanging from a rope or something like that.
Yeah.
And what's that? Oh, winner. And so he goes in, and then he's all woo, woo, all in background, and he's like, oh, and he's shitting it like and all this like woo, and then he's all banging on. You never see anything, and then he's going around and he says, oh, I don't feel well. Apparently, according to these idiots, a Sasquatch can zap you with these ultrasound type things, and they make you feel all ill and dizzy.
But that's where you just get stupid, innit?
Yeah, then he finds a bone. Look at this bone. He goes, oh my God, it stinks. And he keeps constantly smelling it. Then he keeps constantly saying that he's going to go. I'm really scared I'm going to go, but he never goes. And it's just, stop it. And they don't do the case any good. You know what I mean?
No, that's the point of it. There's a lot of really bad evidence.
Yeah, and it's such a shame, really. But it's like everything else, though, you know. I mean, I was the same with the UFOs until this military footage came out, and then it's like, and these pilots come out. Now, I'm not saying the aliens, but I don't know what the hell they are. Do you know with all that, with the Tic Tac things and all that lot? So things do, but that's the thing. Things do change. Bigfoot hasn't. Sasquatch hasn't. It's still the one and only thing we have, that video. Everything else I've seen.
Well, it's not the one and only thing, but you know, like Dave says, there's other things. But overall, from what we've seen, and we spent a good week at it, from what I've seen, it's the only one that it has a good argument, and it's not been disproved the other way.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Right then.
Right, so let's call it.
Rizza says, what about Russia, guys? Any thoughts? Rizza, stop watching the news.
Oh, yeah, switch the news off.
Just switch the news off. It's all bluff and distraction, and just don't watch it at all, Rizla. Just do not watch.
So hopefully, next Wednesday we're going to get Alan Parker on, our ex-manager, who's done. He's off to America, I think the week after, to do work on the new John Lennon film.
Yeah, he's also done a fantastic Status Quo document, the best Status Quo.
Yeah,
what a really good rock documentary all about Status Quo, which is the best one I've ever seen.
He's done a lot of things. He's done a lot of things on Sid Vicious. Yeah. He's either managed Stiff Little Fingers. He's been working with them. He's done a bloody lot since he failed with us. Put it that way.
Or maybe we failed with him.
Yeah.
And are we on this Saturday?
Yeah, I'm good for this Saturday.
Yeah, sound. Yeah, sound. We'll have. Go on, sorry.
I thought some ideas in the future before we go on. I always forget to tell you. A challenge wasn't stay. For example, right, we've got a week to learn a certain language and see who can speak it the most.
Oh,
it's got to be a really bizarre one. For example, Russian, whatever. I don't know any Russian. And we have to find a Russian. I'll give you an example. What?
I'm at a massive disadvantage. All you've got to do when you get home is look after yourself. I've got kids. I've got to take them here and there and everywhere and all that. Bloody writing a book that we're doing on that. I have Monday night we're writing a book. Tuesday nights I've got to get Bill to footy. Wednesday nights we're doing this show. Thursday night's got to take it to kickboxing, which leaves me Friday, Saturday, Sunday. While you're there going on every night going.
Oh, yeah, I told you.
I like the idea of setting this challenge, but
something like that. All right, it doesn't have to be that. What else did they put for the ideas? Anyway, that's an idea.
Yeah.
So Saturday, what we're going to do for Saturday then?
Well, I'm going to make something up. I think we're not going to do truth or bollocks. We're going to do something different. Like a Dicky Quizzy type thing, But I've got
Right, let's just go for a general knowledge quiz. Yeah?
No, I was stupid, though. I don't want serious.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's going to go stupid. There's
Stupid
no choice.
yeah. Saturday, basically, kids, on Saturday, we're all going to get nice and piddly drunk and have a right good laugh doing stupid things.
And everybody in the chat, you've got as long as us to come out with some good questions, ask us some good questions, and we'll all get each other. And
Carla says, learn German for when we were in the gulag.
It's wunderbar.
Alice Cooper.
Ja. Großen Schlang.
Kann ich bitte eins Bier haben? I remember that. Yeah, kleiner Pimmel. Right then, yeah. So thanks for tonight. Thanks, Andy, for coming on. I really appreciate that, pal.
Press the like button, subscribe. What's the other things we're supposed to say that we never say?
That's it. Like and subscribe, isn't it? Like and subscribe. Lick the screen. And don't forget to lick your elbow. Who's ringing me now? But, yeah.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Toodly pip, pop, pop.
Let's finish with a good Bigfoot impression. Where's your Bigfoot impression was?
Right, Marvin.
Okay. Well, fucking put my jaw out. Right, piss off. See you on Saturday.
You didn't do yours.
That was it. I put my jaw out there. I've got too much of a laugh on.